My name is Andrew Crinnion. I'm the Director of Portfolio Analysis here at Emergence Capital, or a venture capital firm that invests in primarily Series A B2B enterprise SaaS companies. Before Visible, it was Excel sheets and lots of manual emails. We're a pretty data-driven firm at Emergence. I think that was one of the things when I joined that was good to see. It was a good foundation for moving to Visible. We ask for a lot of data and we use a lot of data in our analysis. So when I joined, one of the problems they tasked me with was finding a portfolio monitoring solution to help improve our process. We started getting a lot more portfolio companies, and it was a very manual process with Excels and emails and tracking all that. By using Visible, I was hoping to get that single source of truth where all the data lives versus going to various different Excel files, emails, board decks. We looked at a lot of software when we first started: Visible, iLevel, Dynamo, Standard Metrics. And one of the things that I noticed was when I looked at Visible was the flexibility it had with it in terms of building the dashboards. And my personal favorite is calculating the metrics. That was one of the big problems that we had with the old process. Was I'd ask for certain metrics like burn rate, NDR, and I didn't know how they were calculating it, and it didn't always line up with what I would have expected. So being able to calculate it within the system was a big help. Onboarding experience was very smooth. I think part of that was because we had the data in a pretty structured format after I combined all the Excel files. So it was real smooth to load that into Visible and move forward. Visible's customer success team has been great. Anytime I've had a question or product feedback, I send it off and get a timely response. We've been using Visible to get our quarterly data. Having the flexible dashboards has been great for my role because it allows me to quickly see once the company responds to the portfolio request, it graphs it out. I can see if burn rate increases. I can see if their runway is dropping off, and it prompts me to ask the questions to the general partners just to make sure we're all aligned on the company. During one of our portfolio reviews, I used the dashboards to show the companies, and one of the general partners gave feedback that he enjoyed being able to see that, have it all in one spot. For my use case, it's mostly been me being able to answer their questions quickly. They don't really see how it's getting made, but it just made it a lot easier for me to respond to their various one-off requests. Visible was really helpful during our fundraise process. It allowed me to quickly respond to all of our LP requests when they were digging into the portfolio company's performance and overall fund performance, as well as our general partner requests to help them answer LP questions. And once we had that repository data on our own portfolio companies within Visible, that expanded and grew to our annual benchmark report where we surveyed over 560 companies and put out an external report. Since adopting Visible, I think one of the bigger outcomes we've been able to produce is our Beyond Benchmark report, which started as my internal goal to share with our own portfolio companies because they would reach out to me and ask, what should my R&D spend be? What should my CAC payback be? My advice for funds considering Visible is to spend the time up front thinking through which metrics they want to collect, which ones they want to calculate, and really making sure it's set up at the outset for their end goals. My overall experience with Visible has been great. The customer success team has been responsive to all of our requests. I've shared some feedback on the product, and those have been implemented. And overall, it's really helped me do my job a lot more efficiently, which has been great.